Hello all, Victoria here with the Scrappy Crafter. Apparently I'm a little hoarse now. I'm coming to you from my craft room, and I wanted to do a little catch up with what's been going on. Excuse me. I've been busy with a lot of plans and getting ready for a bunch of pretty big things. To me they're pretty big. I don't know. You can make your own opinion about that. So first off, in this month, just in a couple weeks now, February 17th, I am going from 17th to the 23rd to QuiltCon. I will be volunteering at the show, the quilt show. I'll be there from the 17th to the 23rd working, volunteering. The quilt show itself is from the 18th to the 22nd in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I have that coming up. I'm pretty excited about it. It's about a 7.5 hour drive here from Jersey. And so I'm looking forward to that. I love a good road trip. So I also have coming up in April, I made a list so I will stay on track here. In April 27th to the 2nd, if y'all are quilters, haven't heard, if you've been out looking at different YouTube channels, check out the Three Amigas Quilt Retreat, and it is hosted by Di from Sister Chicks Quilting, April from April's Craft Room, and Tracy from the Sewing Channel. Should be a good time. It's a big event. From what I understand, Di just did a live last week, I think it was, and she said there's lots of space available. So, if you can afford it, it's in Hamilton, Missouri, from April 27th to May 2nd. And I look forward to that. I'm so excited to meet my sisters in quilting and hopefully learn some new stuff. One thing that I'm working on is a quilt for my brother. He's lost his quilt that I made for him in the Lahaina fires in Maui, and so I'm working. I asked him, what do you want? And he says, I want a traditional Hawaiian quilt with the ulu fruit. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I had to Google it. I found an excellent quilter. I forget what her name is, but I will put it down below, in the link down below to hers. I think I have posted it on that little short or whatever that I did with the ulu fruit, traditional Hawaiian quilting. So give that a look if you're interested in. It's an applique type of quilting. So I'm hoping I'm going to take that project with me to the quilt retreat. And hopefully there's some people there who can kind of guide me. I'm not really familiar with applique quilting so much, so I look forward to getting that knowledge from the people who have done it before at firsthand, and see if I'm doing everything right, or offer some guidance there. After that, on May 2nd, I'll be heading up to visit a friend in Ohio for a couple days, and then back home. And then I get back to my regular work week or whatever. I'm a seasonal worker, so got to have something to do, right? Some sort of form of income to pay for all my trips. The latest thing that I've recently planned is a cruise to Alaska with Norwegian Cruise Lines, which I am so excited about because I've always wanted to go to Alaska, blah, 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 and I'm hoping with all these trips and everything, I really believe that when we travel, it opens us up to new experiences and really gets the creative juices flowing. So I'm a big fan of going and exploring. Excuse the fly swatter behind me. I apologize. That's nice. Anyway, Jersey, we do have a fly season here. They like the windows, so typically I try to open the window and set them free, but it doesn't always happen. Let's see what else. So I am in preparing for these trips. I'm a woman of a certain age, and we get a little hot sometimes. And even if you're not, we do. So in order for me to ensure I will be comfortable. I purchased this fan, Warmco, yeah, Warmco portable camping fan, 20,000 mAh, whatever that means. Is there a glare? Can you see that? Hopefully you can. It took a bit to charge, I will say. I'm just going to talk about this for a minute. I am an Amazon affiliate, and I'll put it on the contact on the one on below. It's a really great size. It's like an 8.5 by 11. It's got a built-in light. It's a bright light. It says in the description that it's a soft light, but they don't mean soft as in warm. They mean soft as in that there are modes to make it brighter. So there are 4. I don't know if you can see it, but it flooded my little 10 by 9 maybe spare bedroom with light. Pretty good. And then the fan itself, let me get a tissue. Do the clean tissue test, right? Not loaded. So this is low. Blows it really good. Medium. There are 4 settings here. And high. I think it gets with it. I mean, it's holding that up right, like it's blowing it. Hopefully you can see. It has, when you turn it on, let me see if it shows the, this is the battery. So right now it's at 100%. When I charged it, at first I had it plugged into the charging cable, like on a cord that was plugged into my, what do you call that? The extension cord thingy with the, it's an adapter, and it's got the button you push in case the charge thing, the surge protector. That's the word. Sorry. It has the little stand, right? So it can stand up like that. It can hang, and it has a little hook here, right at the top. It has a hook. Oh, I guess it doesn't turn, but you can see for hanging. And then it just slides right back down. Super compact. Let's see. Super compact. It does weigh a tiny bit, so be aware of that. Like in Jurassic Park, if it's heavy, it's expensive, right? It's not. It feels about $40. So, I did get that to keep me comfortable. I also got this 14 compartment travel box. It's to carry your medications. It also came with, so this is the box. This is what it looks like. Open, 14 compartments. I just chose the gray one. It does come in other colors. They are tight, which is good. You want tight, right? Because you don't want anything to fall out. So there's a little compartment, and they snap tight. So that's good. And then the whole thing closes, and then this snaps tight to keep it tight and secure. Then it also came with a gazillion labels. Look at all these labels. It's like almost an inch of labels, y'all. It's a huge amount. And then these are the medications that they, so you can label the box for all your over-the-counter meds. Tylenol, ibuprofen, paracetamol if you're over in the UK, whatever you take, I don't know. Antacids, motion sickness pills, Benadryl. I will say, just for over-the-counters, when you're traveling, You need to have, like, if any prescription medications, you can't use this for prescription medications. You have to put your prescription medications and keep them in the original bottle with the label on them. I have been watching a lot of YouTubers who are living on cruise ships right now. They go from one cruise ship to another typically. Sometimes they have a little like hotel stay and, waiting for the next cruise. But so I'm watching Poverty to Paradise with Linnell. She was an accountant, I think it was, and she's very sweet, she's funny, she's entertaining, highly knowledgeable, and she opens up and she will show you these wonderful spreadsheets with breaking down what her expenses are and how she's affording to do this on under or about her budget's like $2,500 a month. It's alters, but check it out. She's fantastic. A new one that I just found was Abroad That Travels, I think is her name. And then her partner's name is, his YouTube handle is like something like Captain Comp Cruise or something. I can't remember. But if you go to Abroad That Travels, you'll get to his site. And I've been watching the Four Core Adventures. Now, those ladies, Carol and Laura, they don't live on cruise ships. Excuse my Bose. Tries to connect. They don't live on cruise ships, but they tell you what their experiences are. And they travel quite a bit on cruise ships. They take a lot of cruises and highly knowledgeable. And if you ask them a question, they're on it. They respond, and they're really nice. All these people do. They all respond like immediately if you have a question. Some of them cruise regularly and pay for their cruises by like comped cruises from the cruise lines, by the playing in the casinos, and they'll give you information about that. And I just want to give that kind of information to you just in case you have a gambling problem. Probably don't go to Linnell's site, the Poverty to Paradise, because she does a little bit of, although she does have some where she shows like her playing. I don't want to trigger anybody if they have a gambling problem. So I enjoy cruising. I've been on one cruise with Royal Caribbean back in like 2009. Yeah, December, I think it was 2009, down the Caribbean on the Oasis of the Seas. Absolutely loved it. And I have been looking for a cruise partner. And I have asked everybody, and you, I mean, I don't know. I'm always surprised when I get a no, and I'm just like, come on, let's go. And it's not always about the money. It's about, they just don't want to go. And I'm just like, listen, you do not know what you're missing, dude. You do not know what you're missing. And then, so when I was cruising this, when I was looking, I feel like this was like almost meant to be, because I've been shopping around for cruises. I'm like, forget it. I'm tired of asking. I went on to, so one of the things they tell you, I think one of the sites that I went on, one of the people were like, oh, if you need a cruise companion, go and sign up for like a travel companion on Facebook, one of those groups. So I did, and I was like, I got approved and everything. And then I started looking at the posts, and I was just like, what is this? It was like people looking for a sugar mama or sugar daddy to pay for their way. I'm like, no, this is not the kind of traveling partner that I want. I want somebody who's fiscally responsible, financially able to carry their own weight. I don't want to be paying for anybody else or whatever. And so I was really frustrated at this point, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I want to travel, and everybody's saying no, and I'm sick of hearing no. Let's go. My poor niece, my niece Elby, you've seen the quilt that I've made for her, the tumbling block one. I'm always like, come on, LB, let's go. And she's like, I can't. I got to work. And I'm almost like, I get it. I get it. We all have responsibilities. But part of that responsibility, excuse me, is taking care of yourself. And that means vacating day-to-day life activities and getting out there and experiencing life. And I think it's really important. I think it's really important to get out there and travel, even if it's locally. Go to a local park, see what what your local area has to offer, and you know, just to experience something new. To it will invigorate you and give you food for thought, right? It's inspiring. And that's what my channel is about, inspiring and sharing the love of that inspiration. Mine is through craft, right? And when I go to these places, I want to be inspired to create something new and exciting. And usually I end up sharing it. I usually end up gifting it to someone. And I think that's really important, So be inspired every day. Hopefully something inspires you every day, and hopefully you're sharing that love of what you do, of what you love every day. And that's what I mean by share the love. Share the love of what you do. Share the love of, finding something within you that, the inner beauty, and that it comes out. And I think that's important. And I'm super excited to be traveling. I feel blessed to be able to go, and I hope to have more trips to share with you. I'm still searching. It's taking me a while because I'm just on the beginning steps of this journey. I'm going to go to Iceland and Greenland, and I'm looking for a cruise that'll go up maybe to Canada, Greenland, over to Iceland, into Dublin, the top part of Ireland there, and then it can just leave me there. I'm okay. I want to hang out there for a little bit, or go, keep on following around over to Scotland. I've got friends in Scotland that I want to visit. I'd also like to see Norway and Sweden, that area, and see the Northern Lights. And I'm hoping that I can get on that river, the river cruise down the Rhine, to in the spring, to see the windmills and tulips. There goes my thing again, yelling at me. It's trying to connect. Sorry about that. So there are lots of places that I want to see, and there's probably lots of places that you want to see as well. And, my brother has a great saying: it's never going to be as cheap as it is right now. I mean, think about that. That's deep. It's never going to be as cheap as it is right now. If you're waiting for the prices to change, if you're waiting for this, waiting for that, I lost a bunch of people over the course of the past couple years, and I haven't really lived. I haven't seen anything, and I want to so badly, and I am making things happen. And I will tell you what happened. This is back to my cruise. I'm shopping around for cruises. I was on Carnival looking, and I wrote the numbers down. I printed out their thing, how much it was going to cost me to go alone. Then I go on to NCL, which is Norwegian Cruise Line. And I'm looking, and I was reading about the thing, about some different things, what it costs, what it includes, what costs extra, whatever. And I was like, oh, maybe I should call them about this to get more information, because I don't really know what this means. And they called me just like that. It was like the universe spoke to me by that phone call. They were like, yeah. It was wild. It was in my mind. It was kind of a wild thing, because I thought maybe I should call them and get more information. And I was like, no, I'm going to wait, because I want to get all my questions, I'm pretty organized like that. Get all my questions together, and then I'll call them, and then I'll just, you know, hammer them. So, but I didn't have to call them. They called me. um, at the end of it, there was, when I hit to pay, when she goes, oh, wait, I'm going to do this coupon thing. So she took another $500 off the entire cruise or whatever. And then they had like this special deal where the food's included, but they have restaurants on the ships, and they can be pretty pricey, like $40 to $60 per meal per person. That's pretty, to me, that's pretty pricey. But they had a deal where if you paid the gratuity of $20 per meal per person, you got to choose 3 restaurants for this. So it was like, for 2 people, it was $120. And then we could have the super fancy schmancy meal for $20 a person versus $60. So why not do it, right? YOLO, right? You only live once. So I didn't find that, it's optional. You don't have to do that. And then when I went to go check out, it said, do you want to, this flex pay thing popped up. I'm like, what is this? You can make payments for your cruises. This is a thing. So if you're longing to travel, and if you can afford $100 a month or even less, depending on the length of the cruise you want to go on, they have this thing called flex pay. And you can apply and get it, you know. And I'm like, that's awesome, because I want to go. I just need somebody. I shouldn't say I need somebody to go. I don't need somebody to go. I'm quite happy going alone. I've done road trips by myself for many, many years, you know, between here and Florida, here in Vermont, Florida to Vermont, all alone, and I'm okay. But with the cruise, everything seems to be like double occupancy. And really, so how it works is the room has a set price, and it's just cheaper if you have another person who can split the room costs with you. They still have to pay a little bit. The room price will go up if you have 2 people, because then there's double the port fees and taxes. But you can split the cost of the cabin. So that $3,000 cabin now only costs $1,400 per person, right? So as a single, that would be a lot of money, but as a double, you know, and then if you get more, if you have a third adult, you know, you can maybe get it down a little bit. Whatever you're paying is your portion. I want to stress that. I'm very new at this, so I don't know how all cruise lines work. When I took the Royal Caribbean cruise, I went on the Oasis of the Seas, and my portion was like $700 and something for a 7-day cruise down to the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands. Loved it. And I'm sure I'm going to love my cruise with NCL as well. And I'm getting prepared now, which I'm so excited. I'm like ramped up. All of my, you see my stuff, wait, my my quilting is going. It's going, it's standing by waiting for activation, because I'm busy getting inspired, or planning my inspiration, right? Yeah. What else? Is that it? I think that's all. So I'll be in touch, and hopefully I'll see you at QuiltCon in a couple weeks. If you happen to see me around, say, hey, I know you. And I'll give you a little gift. I'm going to be bringing my little stickers with me. If you can see them, they're pretty cute. I had them made. So I'll give you one. And yeah. But I've got some stuff coming up here. I've got an antique quilt on my wall from my neighbor, the second one she gave me. And then she's got a third one already lined up. It's in the chute. And those blocks are a little smaller. I'm telling you, I'm like, I told her on this one, I'm like, I'll put the top together for you, but you need to find a long armor to quilt this, because I mean, I hand quilted that last one, and my fingers are still sore. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of talky, but I really wanted to catch up and tell y'all what I'm up to and what I'm doing. And I hope that if you come back and visit me again, and if you see me at QuiltCon or at the quilting retreat, Sister Chicks does have a quilt retreat coming up. I think that's in September. I wasn't able to go to that because I'm going to Alaska. So excited. But check out the Sister Chicks quilt retreat. Also, she also has Die with Sister Chicks Quilting. She also has a trip to England planned for this summer. I don't know if all the spaces are filled, but check out her site, sisterchicksquilting.com, and poke around and see what you can see there. She's got that retreat is smaller. It's in Idaho. Where is that? Albion, Idaho, I think. And that one's, I think it's short. But give it a look. See if you're over in Idaho and you're interested in a quilt retreat. It sounds like it's a good time. It looks like it's a good time. Di is great. Highly entertaining. She's a hoot. If you've seen her channel, Sister Chicks Quilting, she's funny. I can't wait to meet all these people in person. And hang out with them. The Europe cruise, I'm not sure. I can't remember the dates of that one, but give it a look-see on her website. The information will be there, or there's a link to it somehow. What else? Yeah, so that's what's going on now. And I will have new content. I've got this quilt I'm working on behind me. I've got that quilt on my design wall I'm working on, which I need to get done soon. And I've got some super cute little pillowcases that I'm working on for a friend of mine who is a snowbird. And right now she's traveling, so I kind of put it on the back burner until she's stable for the summer or the winter. It's like a mail it to her. So I've got a pinch of time in between. What else? Yeah. So the Three Amigas quilt retreat should be awesome. They've got a lot of great stuff going in their grab bags. From what I understand, they're giving away a sewing machine, brand new Juki from Juki Junkies, which I'm pretty excited about because I have my Juki, which is the TL2010Q, y'all know, which I love, but it only does straight stitches. So I need a machine that does the zigzags and whatever. And so I'm hoping, please pray for me that I win this new machine, because I need a machine that does different stitches than straight. I need zigzag, and that would be so helpful. Pray for me, please. Anyway, that's all for today, I think. Stay awesome. And y'all have a blessed day. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and post a comment and let me know where you'd like to go, where you think you'd find inspiration. I'd love that, and that would help my channel to grow. I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.